is out to test her mettle.
You can go quiet, you can just be solo, and then like explosive.
Lisa McKhann draws the unspoken into the open.
Project Lulu gave me permission to use whatever creative tools were at hand.
Photographer Heidi Mae Niska captures silent beauty.
I think I'm often trying to convey the sense of peace from this moment.
These artists and more, this time on the playlist.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
Please welcome Mary Bue to the playlist.
Thank you.
Your skin off, stand in your holy bowl, up to your sacrum in snow. Who'll believe you? Who'll forgive you when your closet breaks open with ghosts, raucously holding its toes, when your heart breaks loose of its shackles, yeah. And all your brothers and sisters takes on all of the taillights, legacies written in ink, nailing down your life. Take your rings off, take your skin off, stand in your holy bowl, up to your sacrum in snow. Yeah,
We're fortunate because there's not much of a wind tonight, and the bugs aren't bad. I'm trying to get a photo of these 3 little lily pads. It's amazing out here. I love the peace and the silence. I find it very, very precious. My name is Heidi Mae Niska. I'm a photographer. I'm a photographer who tries to create images that aren't so literal, that can have deeper meaning, multiple meanings. I like to play with my camera and really play with layers and depth and see how I can push those to create images. And that's what I love. Observing, exploring, and experimenting. My images from my travels, I'm still looking for that sense of peace and connection to the world. No matter where you go in the world, there are people who just want to live a peaceful, happy life. And so I look for images where there's that sense of connection or a sense of wonder, a sense of peace. I was near Sudan, in Sudan, and I was going on these little back roads, and I saw a sign that said Stunts Bay. And it was just amazing to drive down the hill and you see this line of boathouses. So that was a really fun discovery, just by chance. There's a little circle around the reed where it enters the water. So I'm looking at that. It's dark enough. And because I'm in a canoe, I can't get a sharp image at this point. So it's time to play. It's not about having the best camera, the best lenses. It's knowing how to use the tool to create the images that you see.
Art for all and all for art. It's a motto that Lisa McKhann has been working with for a number of years, and she's here with the playlist right now. Welcome to the playlist.
Thank you so much for having me.
So when did this motto become a piece that you wanted to follow and develop?
Oh, early on in my work here in Duluth, I was working on stage doing different performances, but I felt that audience participation was important, and I felt that people tend to put boundaries on themselves and what they can and can't do, and I felt that just trying to encourage people beyond those boundaries was useful and important work in itself.
What kind of sounds did you guys make?
One of the first times I ran into you, you were working on some rather big dance productions, collaboratively bringing people in, but also doing solo work. How does dance fit in your universe of artistic expression?
Dance is lovely for me because it's nonverbal. I do modern dance, so it's not story-based, and I get to generate material out of my own physicality and emotions, and with music, but usually the movement comes first, and I find the music later, if at all. So in my life now, I teach 3 times a week, and that kind of keeps me tuned up, and I just sort of wait to think about, what's next.
Tell me about Sounding Duluth and what that project was about.
That was a huge collaboration, the biggest ever for me and Project Lulu. And we had several different choreographers. We had a couple composers, painters doing live painting on the stage. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work.
One of the things that you have started in this area and probably beyond is something called Project Lulu. And give me a sense of what that's about and who is it for?
Lulabelle is a childhood nickname, and so Project Lulu gave me permission to use whatever creative tools were at hand. And so I work in dance and in writing and in visual art. And so Project Lulu started as a playground, basically, for me and other artists of all different media to get together. Now Project Lulu is a nonprofit, and it's based here in Duluth, and it works again with expressive arts and a different media, but one of our main goals now is to bring these expressive arts opportunities to people, particularly those with some kind of a health issue or other situation in their life where doing some thinking or expressing or writing or drawing or movement might help them sort of process something.
Recently, you did an Arts Express Grand Rapids project where you kind of brought those tools and invited the Grand Rapids community to be involved. And it was around cancer survivors and their families.
Right, right. Yeah, about 7 years ago, I had a cancer diagnosis, and after that, it changed my life, of course. And this project in Grand Rapids pulled together sort of one project that came out of my own experience, which we call the Reflecting Pools. It's a writing space. And then it also brought some of our area's great artists. One is Sheila Packa, who's a beautiful poet, and the other is Elizabeth Kuth, who's an amazing expressive painter, to come to Grand Rapids and offer these workshops, art for non-artists, art for anybody. And they did just a beautiful job of working with, it wound up being all women cancer survivors in 2 long Saturday sessions where people just immersed themselves in the work.
Are there different conversations at the end of the second day of workshops than there are coming in?
Oh yeah, I mean they're just beaming, and they're leading people. Like when we put up we put up this very casual but beautiful exhibit in this lovely space in Grand Rapids, and they're leading people around and talking about it, and it's just so excited by what they've experienced in the moment and then what they see as the final products. I mean, we don't aim toward product, but there's no denying that they do amazing work.
Tell me what's next for Project Lulu.
Project Lulu is just 2 years old, and we're, as a nonprofit, looking to just bring in more people to the reflecting pools and do some more events and workshops.
And what are your goals for you?
I want to get back into writing. I have been writing some, and then it's just a matter of what do I do with it. Part of what brought me into the performance space was not liking to wait to get published. I have gotten published some, but I certainly wouldn't want to plan my life around it. I like instant gratification too much. So finding ways to bring words and language out in a way that I have some control over it and get to do it when I'm ready instead of waiting and waiting. And then nature has always been a huge place of solace for me, and so I think my own work, I want to find ways to do some work, in our beautiful creeks around Duluth, something that's more of a happening, that's more of a audience participation all up and down Tisher Creek or something like, wouldn't that just something really just fun and a one-day yeehaw type of event.
Thank you for invigorating our community, and thank you for sharing your time.
No, thank you for having me. It's lovely.
Thank you for coming to the playlist. This is so fun. It's so fun. Sun shines in from the window, waiting for takeoff, announcing your escape. What if there was no waves? Gravity's lifted, we're drifting into space. And he says, you should be a doctor. I can see it in your eyes.
Well, Mary Bue, welcome to the playlist. Thank you for coming back.
My pleasure. I'm so excited to be here.
Fun to have a guitar in your hands.
Yes.
Tell me what prompted the change and what kind of challenge is it?
I've been locked into the piano for about 15 years, and I've been just feeling this urge to do something different. So the guitar, that's where it comes in. And, you know, being around all these rock and rollers doesn't help because they're jumping and it's so exciting. And like, I've always wanted to do that. And you're locked behind a keyboard, you know, you're really just, you can't really, unless it's a guitar.
There you go. You have options.
Right.
So has it changed your writing style though, having a band back you up?
Definitely. Definitely. The dynamics, you know, you can go quiet, you can just be solo and then like explosive and just being able to like bounce it off people, and it's so fun. Like I've worked with other musicians that are amazing, but it's a little more, it feels a little more physical or something.
So I understand you got an Arrowhead Regional Arts Grant.
Yes.
That kind of makes you say, just do it.
Yes. Yeah, I applied for the grant in 2013 and was awarded in January of this year. And my proposal was to make an album all on my second instrument, because piano's been my first instrument. So it was a challenge to relearn, and it's a different voice with a different instrument.
That was my question.
Yeah.
How, you know, a guitar song is different than a piano song, or does it just translate different?
It translates different. Even when I transpose transpose my keyboard songs to a guitar, it feels like a different song. There's just like a little more swing, or a little more, just a different energy. It's hard for me to explain. But.
Cherubim's got all my love letters. She rescued the ones I took to the dump. All the little bits of sweet nothings. All the piranhas nibbling my heart. All the piranhas nibbling my heart. It's the stars. Oceans make parts. The big book of love's written on my heart. Words smear on the page, yeah. The passion, the rage, the chord and the spark. Cherubim's got all my love letters. She rescued the ones I took to the dump. All the little bits of sweet nothings. All the piranhas nibbling my heart. All the piranhas nibbling my heart.
So how is the new album coming together? Or tell me what's new.
Yeah, so I worked with a few gentlemen that don't live in this town, Marcus Matthews and Brett Molitor, and Brett lives in the cities, Marcus moved to LA, and we did 7 tracks like in one day, like, and then now that I'm sitting and listening to them, I want to add more, and I want to maybe re-record a few with these guys, because I've been working with them a little more.
That's exciting. And you have done some crowdsource funding projects in the past. Does it change or influence the music that comes out of it? Or what do you learn from those projects?
Well, when you're asking your fans to invest in you, or your friends or your family, there's it's like a different pressure. Like you really want to produce something that they will enjoy, because they are investing in you and putting hope in you, and you're like believing in your art, which is huge, right? And so there's a whole different pressure, and I think it holds me accountable. Like it held me accountable for the last one, for sure. And
You will practice.
yeah,
You will work on this.
exactly. Yeah,
But how fun to have that relationship with people who
Totally.
understand and appreciate what you're doing.
for sure.
So where do we find this new album? Where will we ever see it?
I have a website, marybue.com, and I'm on Twitter. Like I'm obsessed with Twitter and Facebook, and yeah, so it's out there.
to be announced. What does the future hold for Mary Bue?
Ooh, a big tour to warm places in March and April, going New Orleans and Austin and LA and up to San Francisco. And the new album, obviously. What else?
It's big stuff.
Am I missing anything?
I don't know. I don't know.
I sent you a big list.
It's a great journey. So thank you for sharing it with
My
us.
pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Good luck with all of it.
Karen.
Thanks.
So great to
Cool.
be here. Thanks, everyone.
The song's called Archaeology.
Oh, the archaeology of our recycling. The glass bottles pile for weeks. The glass bottles pile for weeks. Do you remember the dead guy ale night? Do you remember the jump Cabernet night? Yet you say you get only the remaining pile of me after I spend all my other energy. Yeah, you say you get only the remaining pile of me after I've spent all my other energy, something other than you. Ooh, ooh, other than you. Ooh, ooh, other than you. Ooh, ooh, other than you. But the archaeology of our recycling speaks a different truth to me. The glass bottles are piled for weeks. Do you remember that bunny Riesling and guacamole and those Dos Equis? Yet you say you get only the remaining pile of me after I spend all my other energy. Yeah, you say you get only the remaining pile of me after I've spent all my other energy, something other